Hey everybody, I'm Raxol,
And I'm Thunderbuns.
and we just respawned.
So we're doing a little something different.
Yeah.
We found something that kind of sort of spoke to us on the internet in the form of this article here. It's about this, I guess what ultimately turned out to be a gender baiting hit piece
Yeah.
by the BBC Three, where they interviewed a bunch of gamers, a lot of them female, and one of the literally who's, and, fucking pretty much effectively misrepresented the environment of online gaming.
We've actually already read this piece and watched the video, and we've gone through it with a fine-tooth comb, and I've got to say, the term pissed me the fuck off is actually more accurate.
Yeah.
So, we're going to go through this with you guys, and you tell us what you have to say about it.
Pretty much.
Alright, so the title here is Female Gamers Speak Out Against BBC Unethically Misconstruing Interviews.
Yeah. So one of the, I actually remember, like, a couple of days ago, I saw a tweet by one of the women featured in it. Goes by the gamer tag or YouTube handle fucking Miss 50,000 watts or something like that. And yeah, she was righteously upset about how it was misrepresented. Like, all of the positive things she had to say about the online gaming community
We're completely cut out.
left on the cutting room floor. They were just gone.
Not a single positive thing she had to say about the gaming community and her experiences was put into this at all.
Yeah. And, what they generally ended up portraying as harassment were either extreme cases or trash talk, really.
So, let's go ahead and get into this a little bit then and kind of see what it says here. So, the very first paragraph here says, various gamers interviewed by the BBC Three short documentary about gaming are speaking up after an 11-minute piece was published featuring various journalists, live streamers, and YouTube personalities speaking out about the horrors of sexism in gaming. So why are they speaking up and speaking out after being featured in the mini documentary? Well, it's because some of them didn't think that their interviews would be hacked up and cut down to push out a flame bait piece centered around gender politics.
Mm. Yeah, that's more than a bit messed up. Let's close these over here then.
Yeah, I hope to God those don't show up.
They'll show up.
Huh?
They might show up, I don't know.
I hope not, because I closed out that thing.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I mean, it's pretty straightforward,
Mm.
Their words, their ideas, and all the thoughts and whatnot that they put out there were hacked to pieces and recut together to just paint a completely different picture than they did.
Yeah, a completely terrible picture, in my opinion, actually, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
I mean... So, yeah.
Part of the big wave media focus I'm reading, this part here. I'll highlight that for you guys. Part of the big wave of media focus in the past couple of years has been that women are damsels in distress, that women are perpetually harassed, oppressed, and are oppressed by verbal, textual, and implied threats by a global cabal of misogynists. This really isn't the case.
Well, I mean, it is to an extent. To an extent. I mean, I have heard quite a bit in my gaming experience, but generally from young kids.
Yeah. It's like generally racist 13-year-olds.
Yeah. That take it way past the typical trash talk.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we all know this exists. But what they're trying to paint here
is... it's...
Well, really, it comes off to me like they're trying to paint it off as it's the whole fucking community is out to just kill, rape, and murder women that game. You know, because women don't belong in our territory, which is total and utter bullshit.
Yeah. What is it? I used to do a fair bit of online gaming, and I run into women that could kick my ass. and, you know,
I still do, and I fully welcome women in the gaming world.
yeah, definitely.
I mean,
it's complete. I've run up against women in gaming that could out trash talk me.
yep, that's for sure. Okay, so let's see here. So a little bit more on it is the BBC Three published this video above shortly after doing an interview with John Bain, also known as Total Biscuit, where Bain explains that harassment is something that happens to everyone, and how he was harassed a great deal by those considered anti-gamergaters, as they wished death upon him while he was undergoing chemotherapy for a serious spread of cancer.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. I mean, completely understandable there.
Unfortunately, Bain's comments were, about the general nature of the internet, and the presence of trolls was left on the cutting room floor,
Yep.
as was much of the commentary by the individuals interviewed in the piece above. I mean, Miss 5,000 Watts, that was one of the ones that was featured in the article, noted in the section about in the comment section about the video.
The dark side of gaming.
That none of her positive comments were featured in the video, and that she didn't sign up to be a gender politics warrior. I'm honestly disappointed with how this turned out. I was approached to speak about women in gaming as a whole, not only talk about the negative side. During the interview, I was asked to give my positive experiences being a gamer, as they didn't want this to be a one-sided thing. None of my positive comments about my community and gaming and the gaming community as a whole were included at all. Nowhere does it say that the program will be all about the dark side of gaming. I never signed up to be some kind of warrior against sexism online. I was asked to talk about the experiences of women in gaming, how things are changing, and how games themselves are changing to reflect women in gaming now being more represented. I would fully endorse that piece right there.
Totally.
If that was the angle that they went with it, it would have been fucking awesome. I would not have had a problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah, this part.
As a commenter, Azur also shared the thoughts about the issue not just being about women, and that it is something everyone faces online. Let's see, I just wanted to point out that this issue is not just women exclusive, that when it comes to this stuff, this is not a sexist issue. Your sex will be used as ammo against you because you let the trolls use it. React to it, and they will eat you, and they will just eat you alive. Also, many will state that Wu is well known for inciting her own harassment, even forgetting to switch out her main account for a dummy account when posting bait to start harassment topic towards her, which in one case was on her own forums on Steam. So this is old news.
Yeah, very old news.
Super fucking old news. Everybody.
Something that we're all aware of, though, And
yeah. So I mean, they did include segments from her, and it just. Yeah, no. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on and stick to the importance of the story here, because that's a whole personal issue. And
there's that. Hannah from the Oxcast also dropped in a comment about how she felt her comments were misconstrued based on the wider point that she wanted to get across writing.
And her post here says, I pointed this out during my interview and said that online gaming companies need to step up and help support reporting and banning like Dota 2 and Valve did. Looks like I didn't get through, though. They just kept the bit where I said abuse happens to everyone.
Yep.
And unfortunately, this shit happens in so many different situations, but...
Yeah. I mean, the general media has been misrepresenting things that have been going on in the game industry for the last... I don't know. Seems like a really fucking long time.
At least a decade.
It's been particularly bad this past couple of years, where getting into everything that's going on would take forever, and we're still new to this side of the content creation thing about it. So we figured we'd stick with something that we understood and was new, or relatively new. Now, let's see. The manager of Heart Gaming 080 that was featured in the BBC piece above, which is an arcade and console gaming hangout in London in the UK, also expressed displeasure at the turnout of the piece, writing, "It's only supposed to make women feel like... Its only purpose is to make women feel like victims when we're not. Men and women
experience a use every day online. The best thing to do is to ignore it and ban the stupid people on Twitter, Live, PSN, and Twitch. Not worth the worry. I said this, but clearly this was deemed too logical to show. We must all remain victims. Not happy with the finished product, only that it's appeared on YouTube and not real TV." Yeah.
This right here is probably one of my favorite comments in this piece.
Yes, Fly By Death did this one good.
Yeah. People are assholes to everyone online and in gaming. This isn't a gendered issue and certainly isn't a problem unique to gaming. Making it about gender assumes women are inferior and needing some sort of special protection because they aren't mentally competent to handle mean jerks. I mean,
yeah. Right?
I have issues treating women like that.
Yeah.
There's... I mean, not... Wow, okay, so my words are all jumbled up.
Take a second. You want to make sure you say this one correct. It's all good.
It goes back to what I said earlier. In gaming, online, and in real life, I've known women who have thicker skin than I do. That I would say kick ass better than I do. And,
So really what it comes down to is anytime you're playing a game with another person, there's going to be trash talk.
Yeah.
Trash talk's just a thing that always happens. We do it all the time. It gets pretty hairy between us sometimes, it just happens.
Yeah, especially when I decide to take off my shirt.
But there's a thin line between trash talk and then harassment, death threats, and the like.
Yeah.
While yes, this is a problem in the gaming community in places,
mm-hmm.
It is not like the quote above. It is not a woman problem. It is not a gender issue. This is a people issue.
Yeah, I mean, basically, what it comes down to is the BBC really misrepresented what the online and online gaming environment is.
Mm-hmm.
You've got places where people will try to one up each other, trying to come up with the most fucked up shit they can.
It's a competitive playground.
It's the way it's the way things are. But there are. There are lines that, when crossed, need to be addressed.
Yeah.
But it's not as dark and fucked off as this video portrays it to be.
And really, it kind of comes down to this: straightforward, no bones about it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. BBC, you shit the fucking bed on this one. You really fucking did. You took a completely awesome article with very valid points and you slaughtered it to come up with some fucking propaganda to further fucking separate the fucking divide between male and female gamers, which is complete and utter bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little angry there for a minute.
Yeah. So.
I like this one.
Yeah, so we're going to put links to the video and the article in the description down below so that you guys can check it out and see for yourselves and form your own opinions, because, I mean, not everyone's going to see things the exact same way that we are, and, it kind of, it is what it is.
I don't know about you, but I know me personally, any female, woman, girl wants a game with us, bring it on. We thoroughly enjoy playing with anybody and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that this was severely distasteful on the BBC's part.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm actually kind of happy they're being called out for it.
Me too. Me too.
You know, we'll see how far it goes, but hopefully, you know, this is one of those things that ends up going the distance. And
I really hope so, because this kind of shit needs to be quashed. It needs to be quashed fast, because this is just garbage.
Yeah.
So, anyway, with that, the links are down below, so feel free to check those out for yourself. Do your own homework, obviously, and go ahead and comment down below. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
And
you know, we got links to our Facebook and Twitter down below as well.
Yep.
You know.
So join us there, and yeah.
We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.